found me, but stick around, hit that subscribe button, become part of the family. My name is Janessa Jaye, and I am North Dakota's trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And for today's video, we're just gonna have a chill hangout session. The holidays, this holiday is coming to an end. We've got new holidays coming up. It's busy, it's crazy, things are wild. And so I thought, let's just have a fun, chill hangout and just talk a little bit about the idea of home. So I did this look a little bit earlier. You can see this on my channel in December. This is featuring the Glamlight Bratz collection, and we're gonna use a little bit of this Masterclass palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics to just add a little blush and talk about home. So first of all, how is everybody doing? How are you doing? The world is on fire. Things are crazy right now. I know that every time we open the internet, there's some new headline that is just a new nightmare to live through. And so I want to see how people are doing. Are you staying safe? Are you staying sane? Are you keeping it together, girl? Because it is a tough one out there. And that's why I wanted to talk about home, because I used to think that home meant safety. I mean, yeah, home is warmth and protection and it's family and all that stuff, but home is where I felt safe and where I could go to hide from those kids on the playground that always picked on me. The kids that didn't like me. I didn't come from the right family. We didn't have money. And so I could go home and I could be safe from those people. Now, I played alone a lot as a kid, and I had a big imagination, and I was always putting myself into my favorite movies and shows. I loved it, not as one of the characters, but as myself, where I got to hang out with these characters that I loved, and everything was right. Oh, Janet, that's very sweet. Yes, people are popping into the chat. Annaboo, KK, hello, everybody. And yes, Janet, I make it sound a lot more dramatic than it was. I'm a drama queen, obviously. It wasn't like I didn't have any friends, and you know, I liked playing with other kids, but I liked playing by myself because I got to be right. I never really learned the rules. Now, it might seem strange. Some of you might be shocked to find out that this 40-something drag queen, loud and mouthy on the internet, never quite cracked the code on how to do gender correctly. Maybe? It's definitely been a challenge. But you know what? I never got all those rules. I didn't understand the expectations that all the other kids just knew. Boys play with these toys and girls play with these toys. Girls don't wear this and boys don't wear that. I wanted to play with it all. I wanted G.I. Joe to ride into battle on My Little Pony. And afterwards, He-Man and She-Ra would lead a campfire sing-along with Strawberry Shortcake and Conan the Barbarian and herself the elf. I wanted it all. Yes, Grace, I had all the best 80s toys. Such a great time to be a kid. I wanted them all to play together. And that was something that I didn't quite figure out. And let me tell you, when I was in kindergarten, we had this amazing costume shop. We had this little closet that was filled with all kinds of costumes and props. And I put together an outfit. Let me tell you. A green prairie dress, a red fireman's helmet, and a silver sword and shield. I know, tacky, but I was 6. What did I know about fashion? Those kids made fun of me for at least a week, and that's an eternity in kindergarten time. I didn't figure it out. I wasn't very good at it. And so one time for show and tell, I was always giving them ammunition for things to pick on me for. And one time for show and tell, my grandmother and I used to love rummage sailing, and I had this little blue suitcase that I adored. And I packed up all of my Little Ponies, and I was so excited to show them off. And let me tell you, those little brats, they made fun of me. They made fun of the My Little Ponies. They even made fun of my little blue suitcase. Ah, hateful. And you know what? I remember that time so vividly because it was one of the few times that the adults around me stood up for me. My kindergarten teacher, Mrs. McSpadden, she took some of those meaner girls to task, and she said, you know what? How would you like it if we made fun of you for your horses, Carrie? You've got horses on your farm. What if we laughed at you? I remember that because it didn't happen a lot. The teachers and the adults around me, they had a habit of not noticing things. Or if they did, they didn't say anything. And so I could come home and I can do all of my experimenting there. I could shut my bedroom door and all of the toys could play together and everybody could be there and be right. You know, my family didn't always understand me. They didn't always get what I was doing, but they kind of left me alone to do it. So yes, Annaboo, that's, you know, it was that home was safety, but also home meant freedom. It meant the freedom to explore. You know, my grandparents were farmers and we lived kind of right on the edge of town. And when the weather was nice, I was in my grandpa's Quonset and I was crawling all over those machines. Let me tell you, I was up the ladder and into the cab of the combine. And there was a little platform that was perfect. It was a balcony for me to give all of my dramatic speeches. It was so good. And I was crawling all over the water tank that my grandpa used to haul water. And I was all over and around the tractors. One year, I decided to make an Easter egg hunt for myself. And I hid hard-boiled eggs all over my grandpa's vintage tractor. Now, I hid them myself, so you would think I would find them all, right? Wait until August when my grandpa finds the one egg that I didn't manage to catch on the Easter egg that survived the whole summer. I heard about that one for a long time. And home was also creativity. My grandmother was a teacher, and we were always doing crafty things. We were painting ceramics. We were making homemade Play-Doh. And even when we weren't doing crafts together, I was by myself and I was creating stories. I was creating stories where all the toys got to play together, no matter what size, shape, color, what their lore was. We could all just play together and be right. When I was on these adventures, I always had the right clue to answer the riddle, usually because I wrote it. I was better at that than the Easter eggs. And I always had the right tool to like fix the problem, whatever it was. I got to be right. And so I spent a lot of time behind my bedroom door creating myself. And I've done that for the last almost 25 years of creating this weird, quirky, queer persona. And I get to be exactly what I want. And I can be everything that I imagine, every queer, quirky, glamorous thing that I've ever wanted to be. And you know what? Eventually I figured out that I could open that bedroom door and I could walk outside and I could say, you know what? This is who I am. This is me. And you can get with the program or you can get the fuck out of here. I don't need it. I don't need your approval. I don't need your permission. And so that to me was really important to figure that out. Because home is not about hiding. It's not where you have to go. You can rest there, but I don't belong just in my room, in my home, on my block. I belong in this town, in this state, in this world, on this big old interwebs. And I am here to celebrate all of that. And I hope that some of you are able to do that as well. So, Joe, you are so lovely. That is very sweet. Joe is saying that she wishes that she loves my confidence. And you know what? I wish I could say that I'm always as confident as I seem in these live streams. It gets hard some days. You know, those mean kids, they just grew up to be meaner and older and louder. But luckily, I'm louder too and mouthier. And you know what? I'm here to say that I'm willing to be out here and be proud. And I dare anyone to come and tell me to my face that I don't belong here. Not behind a little keyboard. Not any of you little keyboard warriors out there. I'm saying get in my face and tell me I don't belong. Look at this face. Please, check the material. Yes, Dion, thank you. I appreciate you too. I love it. This has been a fun little hangout. I hope this gives you something. I hope it's something to think about. And I hope it helps you live your more authentic lives. Thank you everybody for stopping by the live stream. Now don't forget to give it a thumbs up, or you know what? If you are one of those people that tells me I should go back in my room, go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It's all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a video. And my social media will be linked down below if you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads. And thank you so much, everybody, for attending, for spending a little bit of time with me and talking about home. And I want you all to know that you are right and perfect just the way you are. And until I see you again, bye. And now we have the awkward time where I don't know how to shut this off.